We're back on Access Carolina. June is Alzheimer's and Brain Awareness Month. So it's a really good time to talk about brain health and what we can do. We've got Dr. Aimee Duffy here to talk about it. Welcome, glad you're here.
Good morning, thank you so much.
Alzheimer's, of course, a progressive brain disorder, affects memory, thinking, and behavior. And since there's no magic pill that reverses it, you say there are steps to preserve your memory. What should we know overall?
Absolutely. You know, there's no medication that fixes this. So once it starts, we got to figure out ways that we can not only slow the progression, but if there's things that we can do right off the bat that helps get it there in the first place, that's what we're talking about today.
Yeah, the sooner the better.
Yeah.
You say some researchers, Alzheimer's is type 3 diabetes, that's what they call it, because of a possible link between insulin resistance and Alzheimer's. That's
right.
New.
So they're actually finding that the brain cells of people with Alzheimer's are not able to utilize glucose properly. So it's not getting the energy, so this can lead to some cognitive impairment later on.
And of course, that inflammation you talk about, it's a very important factor to consider with Alzheimer's. So a balanced diet, exercise, and just generally healthy lifestyle really puts you in the best position.
100%. We talk about inflammation all the time on here, and that chronic inflammation can lead to damage in the brain cells and disrupt the communication between the brain cells. So obviously there's things we've already talked about previously that we can do to reduce inflammation.
Well, let's start with food. You brought some items here. Foods that are specific to brain health. We need to make sure we're getting blueberries, dark greens.
Yep.
Talk about that.
So our blueberries have antioxidants called polyphenols. These actually can repair damage. It's really beneficial to eating blueberries. You only need about half a cup a day, so it's not that much. And they also help with your memory. So good thing to add those blueberries in.
We always hear about the blueberries being a superfood. That's just make that part of your regular routine.
Yep.
And the greens.
And then what's fascinating, this is a mix of spinach and kale, so your dark greens. There was recently a study that talked about the difference between people who eat more dark greens versus those who don't. They did brain tests, and the people who eat more had brains that appeared to be 11 years younger than those who didn't eat that. So do you want your brain to be 11 years younger?
I'm ordering a spinach
That's
salad
not
with
too
blueberries.
hard.
That's for sure.
100%.
We also hear a lot about fish. People know about the omega-3 fatty acids, but it's also important that we're looking for wild-caught fish. They're not all the same.
Right. So farm-raised fish actually have a lot of chemicals in it that are going to lead to that inflammation. So what you want is wild-caught. So fish in general is really high in the omega-3s. That actually reduces inflammation and improves that communication between your brain cells. So eating fish is really important. The best thing you can do is eat sardines. But who really wants to eat sardines every day? Not everybody. I do have a few people that do that. Tuna is another easy, convenient way. Again, you can buy the wild-caught tuna. Sustainable, doesn't have all those chemicals in it. But if you're not a big fish eater or you don't want to take the time to cook fish on a regular basis, then making sure you have a really good quality fish oil supplement is another way.
Okay, and then I like for dessert at least, we're going to have some dark chocolate, right? What is dark chocolate going to do?
Well, another antioxidant that we talk about is called flavanol, and flavonols actually increase the blood flow to your brain cells. So that's going to bring more oxygen, more nutrient delivery, but make sure that it's dark chocolate.
Okay, and it improves mood, it helps to eliminate stress?
Yeah, so dark chocolate increases serotonin, and we know serotonin helps to improve your mood as well. So make sure you're getting that more than 70%, otherwise it's just candy, leading to sugar, leading to the insulin resistance, inflammation, all that kind of stuff. So a little bit of dark chocolate goes a long way.
We also talk regular exercise as a way to combat Alzheimer's, and you point out, simply walking is a very powerful thing.
Another recent study, this one's fascinating, people who took 10,000 steps a day, we've heard that for years, right? Decreased their risk for dementia by 51%. That's astounding. There is 0 pills that can do that. So, easy ways to measure. People are wearing their smartwatch. I actually have a ring. You can get a really inexpensive pedometer. Any way that you can get those steps in, you're going to improve your brain.
And it's never too soon to start taking all these actions.
Every day. I mean, feed these to your kids. Toddlers are popping blueberries all the time.
Make it part of your routine. Well, great advice here. Dr. Aimee Duffy, you and your team at Carolina Integrative Medicine, passionate about helping people live their lifelong health, the best health they can. Anything else before we go?
It's so easy. All we have to do is eat the right things, move a little bit, and try to change your genes as much as we can.
Yeah, you make it seem easy enough. We'll follow the steps. Thank you. We'll see you again soon.
Thank you.